So that's it, huh? Just another season down the drain. I don't even know why I bother spending money on these fools. My hard-earned money to watch these suckers lose weekend. Lord, it's so hard living this life. A constant struggle every Sunday. Some wonder why I'd rather die than to continue cheering this way. Many are blind, still think too was good. The truth is no one seems to really know. But I won't accept, nah, that this is how it's gonna be. Chris Grier finally got his old bitch ass let go. Get your ass up out of here, Chris Grier. 'Cause I want a winning team. Yes. A complete team. Don Shula, please come back and save we. Come on. 'Cause I want a winning team. Sing. A complete team. I'm not gonna let these Dolphins worry me now. Right there. And then let me grab one of my Dolphin shirts. Oh, shoot. Man, shoot. That boy is prepared. That boy is prepared. I mean, he could keep Dolphin stuff all over the house. So, I don't know. I ain't even gotta go nowhere. It's like, yeah, I know. Anyway, just in case the tape goes very well, we don't want to have to do it again because, we got it right. So here we go. Where have I been? I've been, like I said, right here, trying not to call in bomb threats to the front office every day. This was a rough season, filled with lots of disappointment, but there are some things to be encouraged about, and we will get to that soon enough. In this episode and throughout the rest of the off season, because we got plenty of time to talk about it when we ain't got no opponents to prepare for. So, well, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. Where have you been? So we're gonna do it once and keep it pushing. And like I said before, I'll share the advice that was shared with me because I thought it was, some pretty good advice. If you're trying to be a content creator and you have a full-time job or you're a full-time student, you got kids, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. It's not your primary. You don't just have open space and opportunity to do it. Life is going to start to life at you, and it's going to take some willpower and some determination to push past those obstacles. But the key is to stay consistent because ultimately that's what your audience is going to want, right? When they don't need perfection, they want continuity, honesty, and the authority, from which you speak. So let's be clear. Let's get this straight. I don't want to hear y'all talking about me bad in the comments because I know it'll be coming because, it's family and friends right now, the public don't exactly know just yet, but at some point they will. But yeah, I never left. I've been right here and I've been over there. Dolphins Twitter. You can find me at Homer J Dolphin. Responding to some of the silly stuff that gets said by some of these professionals in the game. But I'm on all the chat boards. You can find me on the Joe Rose Show in the morning. Then with Cap for Life, what up? Billy Batson, yeah. Even this most annoying Farticus Maximus, bro, dude. Don't worry about it, bro. You'll be all right. He's probably dropped on his head as a kid. I don't know. Called into the post game with Alex Dano. got glazed one week after the Indianapolis Colts game, and then the next week they dropped my call because they were scared I was going to start telling the truth regarding a sensitive subject in the NFL. I was talking about the black head coaches and Brian Flores and et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, man, I've been right there. I got the receipts. I got those episodes downloaded. It's my voice on those calls, and yeah, I'll share that with you at some particular point in time. Um, they might have got in trouble if they would have let me speak on it. So, like I said, I hear you, friends, family, countrymen. I hear you all saying right now, I'm gonna let you get away with that one time, just once.
You shouldn't grab me, Johnny. My mother grabbed me once. Once.
So yeah. Not apologizing or making any excuses. We damn sure not doing 18 weeks worth of recap dump of everything that we missed, but no worries. I have all of the receipts and we gonna have some fun cashing them out in the off season. I just love living in the digital age of technology, don't you? Anyway, so what we will get accomplished in this comeback episode is keep it short and sweet so I can get back to scripting a week in advance. This will be like a statement episode, to reset the board, so to speak, and show y'all proof that the fish out of water is built for longevity, not these long hot streaks. You know, you see, the state of the Miami Dolphins is based on whether or not they win or lose, but the Fish Out of Water show is not now, nor will it ever be hype driven, or is it dependent upon winning seasons? We ain't had no winning seasons, and I started this podcast when I saw the storm clouds coming. Um, but because the season is over and the truth is clear, nothing that happened this season surprised me because I gave you the blueprint back in August. Um, this show exists for the objective eye telling truths. The objective the objective eye test telling truths, not for the fair weather, not for you casual fans, not for you week to week fans that you know you need your week to week during the season and off season comfort. So if you're still here, that means you my peoples, you ride with me. Um, if you left because you thought that I was gone, well, there you go. Go ahead and click that subscribe button, get back into the fold, and welcome back. If you're new here, I welcome you with arms wide open. Okay, so just briefly, I told you last season, um, I gave you my fan verification video. I gave you episode one, Tua B or not Tua B. That was never a question for me. Episode two, Mike McDaniel, bad head coach, good offensive coordinator, something like that. And then episode three was the we went live from training camp and I gave you some insights on some of the players who I thought stood out. And I'm not in the coaches meeting. I don't sit in with them. I don't choose those players. And the players who I told you that I saw perform early on in camp, I'm not sure why you didn't bring them in early on in the season, but you saw them after they threw in the towel. You saw them bring out Zeke Biggers and you saw them bring out Theo Weiss. So anyway, I share some of those clips from you from the past. Um, just to remind you, man, this is not hype, it's receipts. Um, I have watched enough football closely to know when a team is holding its breath every snap, and you felt it this season. You held your breath right along with him. It wasn't just because you was worried about Tua getting hurt or him dropping back and getting another concussion or whatever the case was. You felt it. He had to take a deep breath every game, and that's experience gained. That's a season that no fan should ever have to go through simply because of bad management is what that is. That's We need us a couple of Karens, some Karen fans, and speak out loud and say they want to talk to the managers. So to pick up where we left off at, same thing before. Every episode is going to be given a thesis, and the thesis for this episode is the 2025 season confirmed everything that I was saying before. I had to step away, and the Dolphins' collapse, firings, and quarterback benchings proved this franchise's problems were structural and not situational. Let's take a look at the results of the season. Week 1 was a loss, 8-33 at the Colts. Week 2 was a loss, 27-33 at the Patriots. Week 3 was a loss, 21-20, 21-31 at the Bills. We finally won one against the Jets, 27-21. Lost one against the Panthers, 24-27, that we had no business losing, but we always have that game, 2 or 3 games. Now, it used to be one game. You have one game that you ain't got no business losing. We have 2 or 3 games that we always end up having no business losing. Month of October, what do we have? Lost to the Chargers, 27-29. Lost to the Browns, 6-31. What the hell was that about?
You hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability.
We won against the Falcons 34-10. Lost to the Ravens 6-28. No surprises there. It's Lamar coming to the house, and Lamar always shows out. How did you not pick that dude, bro? Week 10, we won against the Bills 30-13. Looked like heckling, what is it? Heckling Hyde. You know who I'm trying to say. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah. We look like a monster, as in just hideously disgusting one week, and then we come back and we look like this refined, professional, dignified team that can, hold the candle next to anybody. But let's see where we at. Commanders, November 1, 16-13. That was an overtime game overseas in Madrid. How we pulled that one off, Zeke Biggers. Week 12 on the bye. Week 13, we won 21-17 versus the Saints. And then in December, we actually won 2 games in December. First time in a long time. The stat guys, look that up for me and let me know when's the last time we won 2 games in the month of December in the last 6 seasons. Because I'm not a stats guy. I'm not going to do that here. You got plenty of other outlets for that. Win against the Jets 34-10. At the Jets, then we go up to the Steelers, prime time, get embarrassed 15-28. We lose that one. Lost to the Bengals 21-45. And win against the Buccaneers 20-17 with a third string quarterback. And we end off the season losing to the Pats, getting absolutely obliterated on the road 38-10. So what do we have? That's a 7-10 record. No playoff appearance, nor a playoff win. So really that's 3. General Manager Chris Grier was well-deservedly fired. Finally, in the linchpin of the fandom, your starting quarterback, Tua, turned the ball over, was benched. So exactly what does that mean, and how does that translate to the overall failure? What it means is that it wasn't just one bad season. It wasn't just one bad year. This was an accumulated failure. All that, plus the firing of Chris Grier, validates the criticism that was given. But understand that move didn't fix the Dolphins. It didn't fix the problem. It simply admitted the problem. It simply admitted that you had a problem, and egos at that level, man, is ridiculous, because that's all it is egos that prevent success from being achieved, because you have non-football people making football decisions, and they are also bringing their ego into it when their ego has no place on it. Anyway, that's another one. we'll save that one for another time. Anyway, so admitting that you have a problem, that's a good place to start. Self-reflective, and we had a problem. The GM, Chris Grier, basically went catatonic. As we were approaching the trade deadline, this fool didn't even bother to pick up the phone to shop players out or to see if we could acquire anything. He just sat on his hands and watch the ship go down. And that was ultimately what cost him his job, was that he wasn't wheeling and dealing and making moves. He wasn't moving like a man who was desperate to save his job, even though at that point you had him a part of the organization for 25 years, and he was the man that had control of everything for the since 2019. He was the HNIC from 2019 on. So no, whatever you want to do before that, before that is fine. After that, squarely on him. And like I said, it was well deserved. So after all this, the question that you need to be asking fundamentally, where the Dolphins actually are now. And where they are now is a team that is currently without a general manager, that in reality is desperately in need of a roster reset, complete roster reset, and it has quarterback uncertainty, which all sum up to uncertainty, which is relative to the coaching implications. So the long story short is that this isn't a quick fix off season. This isn't going to be something that you just retool. This is why I personally believe that it all needs to be torn down, burned to the scorched earth, and salt the land dry. Okay. See, I try to separate the emotion and speak matter of factly to gain clarity. Um, so based on the first three episodes of the Fish Out of Water show, and the fan verification video gave you some information on it too. What did this 2025 season prove? Well, I didn't hear you say that again. Based on the first three episodes of the Fish Out of Water show, what did this 2025 season prove? I feel strong about right and wrong. Say word. You lying. You mean to tell me that the roster construction failed? The coaching couldn't overcome the structure or get out of his own way as far as game planning? You got bad play calling, you got lack of halftime adjustments, and you can just look at the you can just look at the points and the yardage scored and gained for and against this team in the third quarter. That one's for you statistical analyticals out there. And then when you look those numbers up, please remember that numbers don't lie. Oh, and of course, your quarterback limitations, not exposed, but overexposed under pressure. Yeah. So the 2025 season, it showed us a lot, and more importantly, it's simply to show you proof that the Fish Out of Water show is built for longevity. We're not checking in strictly on streaks. This show exists whether they win or lose. This isn't about a comeback episode. This is about continuity. I'm simply picking up where I left off at. The only thing that you missed was the Fire Chris Grier episode. And, no, I don't depend on the hype of the preseason, everybody's excitement over the new season. We don't depend on the team having a winning season to speak on relevant observations, okay? I didn't leave the conversation, okay? The season finally caught up to my observational stance. Write that down. The season caught up to my observational stance. So, um, what does the 2025 season tell me is that I was vindicated. I'm gonna say yes, I told you so. Is it too soon? Too soon? No? Okay. I mean, if it's too soon to say I told you so, then let me know it's too soon. But it tells me the quarterback being benched and the GM being fired, that my absence was earned. That wasn't season abandonment. I feel your frustration, Dolphin Nation, and you want clarity, not cheerleading. I was not going to sit up there and be cheerleading. And hey man, if this happens, if and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. So, hey, it's whatever. Y'all want me to peddle the hopium like some of these journalists that have to abide by their entity's code of conduct. Yeah, I'm beholden to nobody. I am absolutely nobody. I'm an armchair quarterback. I'm the guy on the couch with the potato chips. So grab you a bag, Tua, and come on sit next to me. Because I'm gonna throw the same amount of touchdown passes you're gonna throw next year. Hey, you think we're gonna trade him? You think somebody gonna pick him up? Yeah, you're exactly the fan that I'm talking to, because you were the ones that were hanging on the hope at the last minute. Oh, Tua's good. He's gonna go someplace else and come and stick it to the Dolphins. You're an idiot. I'm sorry. I mean I apologize. I'm not supposed to do that. Um, you have a low football IQ, and you don't know what you're looking at when you see the game. You think you know what you're seeing, but you're not. You don't. So, um, I'm not here to, follow the guidelines that keep me in good standing with the Dolphins media relations department. Um, but it does tell me that over time, I'm going to win your trust. You'll see. There's no need to brag or boast. I will take my victory lap and ride off into the postseason. And so I can get ready to comment on this foolishness that's going on with the front office and the GM search, and whether Mike McDaniel stays or goes, or they got the three candidates from the San Francisco 49ers to come in and interview, and he's sitting in on the interview for the guy who's supposed to be his boss. But if you don't see the writing on the wall, I have to explain it to you later on. I don't want to get into that. This is simply the reemergence. This is the fish out of the water, jumping back in the water, as it were. So, yeah, man. Spoiler alert. Everybody needs to go. Everybody needs to be fired. And we can do better than Troy Aikman if we're looking for help in the GM search. I just think that is so mistrusting of the legacy of Dolphin players that we have that have come through the organization. You mean to tell me? And I appreciate having a separate set of eyes. That's the one good thing about that, is that Troy Aikman's not affiliated with the franchise. He has no ill will. This is a consultant. This is a consultation role for him. So he has no benefit but to help us make him look good in that particular role. So yeah, that's how that goes. Anyway, everybody's got to go, man. It's the fish out of water, man. Same lens, same honesty, and we're gonna keep going. So I'm back. We're gonna get into this postseason. I appreciate you for sticking with me, and appreciating that lifes, and I will continue to bring you the content as far as this raw, unfiltered, extreme Dolphin fandom. Um, and we're not cutting the edges off the bread. You're gonna eat the rough part. So, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome home. Click like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode. Fish Out of Water Show. Be easy.